The town of Everbrook was nestled amidst rolling hills and whispering willows. It was a place where life went by at its own pace. Leo, a young man with a heart full of dreams, lived there. He loved to paint. His canvases were filled with vibrant colors and bold strokes. They reflected the beauty he saw in the world. Leo's father worked in the local mill. He dreamt of a steady job and a simple life for his son. He didn't understand Leo's art. His mother, a pragmatic woman, worried about their finances. She wished Leo would focus on something practical. To them, art was a hobby, not a career. Leo's friends often teased him about his passion. They spent their days playing sports and hanging out. They couldn't relate to Leo's desire to paint. Even his art teacher, Mrs. Hawthorne, seemed skeptical. She acknowledged his talent but urged him to be realistic. She said the art world was a difficult one to break into. Despite all this, Leo held onto his paintbrush like a lifeline. He believed in his talent. He knew he had something special to offer the world. He would prove them all wrong. Leo's days were filled with a mixture of hope and frustration. He would spend hours painting after school. He would work late into the night, the only light coming from a flickering candle. His parents, though disapproving, allowed him his space. They hoped he would eventually see the error of his ways. Rejection became a constant companion. Leo submitted his paintings to every local gallery and art market. Each rejection stung like a slap in the face. Doubt began to creep into his mind. Was he being naive? Was everyone else right? Maybe he should give up on his dream. One particularly disheartening evening, Leo found himself walking aimlessly. He reached the top of a hill overlooking Everbrook. The sun was setting, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. He looked at the town below, at the lives unfolding within its boundaries. He felt a familiar pang of doubt, but as he gazed at the breathtaking sunset, something shifted within him. He realized that his dream was not just about recognition or success, it was about expressing himself, about sharing his unique vision with the world. He couldn't let the doubts of others extinguish his own inner flame. From that day forward, Leo painted with renewed vigor. He poured his heart and soul into every brushstroke. He experimented with different styles, he explored new techniques. He was no longer painting to please others, he was painting for himself. The joy he found in the creative process was its own reward. He continued to submit his paintings to galleries and competitions. The rejections still hurt, but they no longer broke him. He used them as fuel to work even harder. He knew that success was a journey, not a destination. He was determined to enjoy the ride. One day he received an email that would change everything. It was from a renowned art collector named Mr. Vincent Carter. Mr. Carter had seen one of Leo's paintings online and was deeply moved by it. He wanted to meet Leo and see more of his work. Leo's heart skipped a beat. Could this be it? Was his dream finally coming true? Leo met with Mr. Carter at a cozy cafe in the city. Mr. Carter was a kind, elderly gentleman with a twinkle in his eye. He spoke passionately about art and saw something special in Leo's work. He bought one of Leo's paintings on the spot. Mr. Carter also offered to showcase Leo's work at his prestigious art gallery. Leo was ecstatic. This was beyond anything he could have imagined. The gallery show was a resounding success. Art critics praised Leo's unique style and use of color. People were drawn to the raw emotion and honesty in his paintings. News of Leo's success reached Everbrook. His parents, once skeptical, were now his biggest supporters. They finally understood the depth of his passion. His friends were amazed by his achievement. Mrs. Hawthorne, his former art teacher, congratulated him with a mix of pride and awe. Leo's journey taught him the importance of self-belief. Even when the world doubted him, he never stopped believing in himself. And in the end, it was that unwavering self-belief that led him to his dreams.